How much will 1000 FTM potentially be worth in 2025? In today's video, let's find out. However, before I continue on any further, please keep in mind that I am not a financial advisor, and this video is not meant as an invitation to buy, sell, or trade cryptos. That is not the case whatsoever. But besides that point, as of right now, 1000 FTM is currently worth $370. And what that means right there is if that, let's say during the next bull run, FTM were to go back to its all-time high price, 1000 FTM would be worth $3,460, which I think is absolutely amazing. You know, FTM just going back to its all-time high price is already over a 9x in terms of price increase, which I think is absolutely insane. You know, I think FTM is incredibly undervalued as of right now, and I just think it's so oversold. And personally speaking, do I believe that FTM can go back to its all-time high price during the next bull run? Yes, I do, and let me show you why I think so. You know, first of all, when it comes to FTM, what is it, right? It is a utility token that powers the Fantom blockchain ecosystem. The FTM token is used for staking, it's used for governance, it's used for fees, and it's used for payments as well on the Fantom network. And more specifically, when it comes to Fantom, I do believe that it is one of the best layer 1 blockchains out there. You know, oftentimes when people think about the best layer 1 blockchain, they like to think about Ethereum. You know, I'm not saying everyone, but a lot of people, they like to say, oh, Ethereum is the best. But in my opinion, I completely disagree. Because first of all, when it comes to Ethereum, yes, even though it's Ethereum 2.0, even though it's proof of stake, you know, even despite that, Ethereum still, as of right now, is not scalable. And I think that right there is one of the biggest drawbacks when it comes to Ethereum. And here's the crazy thing. According to Charles Hoskinson, who, by the way, is the co-founder of Ethereum and the founder of Cardano, you know, according to him, it's going to take Ethereum another 4 to 5 years in order to even become scalable. And I think that right there is totally unacceptable. And also, when it comes to Ethereum, you know, the gas fees, in my opinion, they're just way too expensive. But on the flip side, you want to know a layer 1 blockchain that's scalable and at the same time has cheap gas fees? And that's Fantom. Fantom not only has very cheap gas fees, but it's also scalable as well. In my opinion, Fantom is a lot better than Ethereum in terms of its fundamentals. Yeah, sure, when it comes to the number of fans, you know, when it comes to the ecosystem, Ethereum is a lot bigger than Fantom as of right now. But when it comes to being better in terms of fundamentals, I just think that Ethereum doesn't even come close to Fantom. I just believe that Fantom is a lot better, again, right, than Ethereum. And also, when it comes to Fantom, it is doing extremely well. You know, Fantom currently has over 200 dApps, which I think is very impressive. And also on top of that, Fantom has a very impressive DeFi ecosystem. In fact, in terms of total TVL on DeFi, Fantom is currently ranked number 10 in the world, which I think is absolutely insane. And also, I would like to point out how Fantom has a transaction speed of around 10,000 transactions per second and a block time of around 1 to 2 seconds. And I think that right there is extremely extraordinary. I think Fantom is just so special. So overall, when I consider just how amazing Fantom is in terms of its fundamentals, I do believe that FTM will have no issues returning back to its all-time high price during the next bull run. And now with that being said, I do want to talk about the next price target for FTM, and that is FTM at the price of $15. And when it comes to this, do I believe that FTM can reach this during the next bull run? Yes, I do, and let me show you why I think so. And one of the main reasons why I think so is because when it comes to Fantom, they are heavily focused on their DeFi. And I think this right here is a very genius move because I do believe that the DeFi market overall has a lot of potential, and the data shows it. For example, if we take a look at this, we will see that the DeFi market is predicted to reach over $398 billion by the year 2031, exhibiting a compound annual growth rate of 45.16%. So I think that right there is a very shocking statistic, and I think clearly, in my opinion, the DeFi market has unbelievable potential. And I think that moving forward, crypto projects, much like Fantom, that are focused on the DeFi market will prosper in such a fantastic way. So overall, when I consider what industry Fantom is focused on, and when I consider just how much potential it has, you know, when I consider all of that, I really do believe that FTM will have no issues reaching $15 during the next bull run. And now I want to talk about the next price target for FTM, and that is FTM at the price of $25. And when it comes to this price target, you know, those Fantom haters out there, they may think, oh man, this is so crazy, this is so outlandish. Oh, FTM is never going to reach this price target. But in my opinion, I disagree with those Fantom haters who may say this. And the reason why I disagree is because when it comes to Fantom, they are heavily focused on enterprise adoption. And I truly do believe that enterprise adoption is where all the potential is at. And let me show you what I'm talking about. For example, right here we will see that the global blockchain technology market is projected to grow at a compound annual growth rate of 85.9%, reaching more than $1.4 trillion by 2030. And yeah, you heard that right. That's trillion with a T. And by the way, all of this growth right here is going to be largely driven by enterprise adoption. And I think as a result of that, especially moving forward, I think enterprise optimized layer 1 blockchains, much like Fantom, will prosper in such a unbelievable way. So overall, when I consider how Fantom is focused on enterprise adoption, and also when I consider just how much growth the blockchain technology market can have through enterprise adoption, when I take all of that into account, I really do believe that FTM during the next bull run will have no issues reaching the price of $25. I am very bullish on Fantom, and I do believe that it has extraordinary potential. I think FTM during the next bull run is going to shock a lot of people. Make sure to subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it. It's been Lee the Captain, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm out. Peace. Bye.